Alright, y'all. Today I'm going to be talking about how I'm handling a drawdown as a funded trader. Not just any drawdown, a 3 month drawdown. So, before we get started, I'm going to show y'all my accounts real quick. This is my first account. So, 100K account. I'm going to just refresh the page for y'all so y'all can see that everything is legit right now. As you can see, right here is the same right here is 3.35. And then we go to my other account. Here we go. You see that is 4.8 around there. This isn't accurate right here. This number isn't accurate. I don't know why your dashboard isn't accurate at all, but this is a 4.8 drawdown right now. So how am I handling it as a funded trader? Um, so I'm gonna give y'all some tips that may help you as well. Is by actually having a tested system that you tested multiple times. A lot of traders, you'd be surprised about how many traders don't even have 100 trades in their backtest. And if you don't even have 100 trades in your backtest, how will you know how your system works overall long term? So me personally, if I go on my Google Docs, you can see that I have um a lot of testing on my system. I have this one, I have this one, this one. I have multiple testings, and what this shows you, it gives you the actual confidence to know that okay, despite you took a break even today, despite you took a loss today, you know that overall those add up with your wins, your wins to make a profitable system, and that's what that's one thing of me. I mean, another one is FX replay. Recently I started using this again just to find different types of management to improve my trading overall and stuff like that. This one right here, I did an actual video where I showed y'all how to backtest and create a system. This wasn't like my actual entry model, but it goes with the ideas I use to look for trends. So if y'all want to watch that video, it's very helpful for helping y'all understand y'all system. Another thing y'all need to do is or another thing that helps me to handle the losses is the fact that I demo tested. After you back test, you usually want to demo test those back tested trades for at least 6 months. The reason why I say that is because back testing is very different when it's finally time for you to trade. And what do I mean by that? If you are a higher time frame trader, let's just say you're a swing trader, right? You may be waiting for you may be waiting like a day, not day, a day, but you may be waiting days, weeks, possibly months for a setup, right? But during back testing, all that happens quick. It takes maybe 30 minutes for you to find a trade, maybe 15 minutes to find a trade. And keep in mind, whenever you're trading during back testing, right? Whenever you take a win or a loss, those are those are huge amounts of times, especially if you're a swing trader. If you're a swing trader, those are huge amounts of time separate from each other. So, example, if you took a trade on the 9th today, on the March 9th, right? And then it was a win. And then a couple months later you take a loss, and then a couple months later you take a loss, a couple months later you take a loss. Now you're in drawdown. But the thing that backtesting doesn't show you is the amount of time that it took you that you are in drawdown for. But you don't realize that during backtesting. So you're just trading your system, executing no matter what, and then you're just seeing, oh, I'm profitable. My system I have is profitable. But the thing is, after y'all backtest, if you do end up backtesting, you immediately go into the live stage, and you immediately, damn, you're waiting so long for a setup, and you don't have the patience to wait, and then you start doing all these other things. So this is another thing that is helping me kind of handle these losses is just knowing that I just need to be patient and just follow the system because that's what I did and that's what even produced me payouts from 2022, 2023, 2024. I haven't got a payout in 2025 yet, so I'm just executing the rules and just waiting for that. Um so another thing that I do to actually handle my losses is reviewing my journal. I feel like this is a must for traders to actually have a journal where they can screenshot the images they take and review their journal. My journal, it doesn't have to be complicated or anything like that. This is my journal right here. This is not just my funded account trades. This shows my challenge trades as well because it shows you the images. I don't judge or make improvements based on P&L. There's no way. I judge my trades based on the actual image and the context. So, example of this gold trade right here. I can click on it, right, and then I can see the images and see what I did. Okay, it looks extremely clean in terms of what I look for. If you know my strategy, if you show up to the live streams or whatever, you can know my strategy. So, and then I take multiple images of the higher time frame so I can get the overall picture on what price was doing at that moment. So whenever I take a loss, let me find a loss example because that was a good win. Whenever I take a loss, I can look at the similarities of my losses and be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. Like this one was it was relatively clean. Me personally, I wouldn't take this anymore, this type of setup, because of what I noticed with all my review because it's kind of in like a consolidation range right here. But this one didn't actually tag me in. Spreads got me in earlier. But that's something I can look back and improve on. So, okay, spreads tag me in early. What do I do next time? What I can do next time is either enter the trade manually, right? If I had a buy stop, or account for the spreads. But if you come up to my live streams, you see I'm doing a little bit manually right now, only because I have different accounts and the spreads can be a little bit different. So I don't want no confusion of that and stuff like that. So those are little things you can do to actually improve. So review your journal weekly, monthly, and quarterly, and yearly too. So every week, if you took some trades for the week, see what you did, see if everything is the same as your back testing. Because oftentimes we could be trading and then not realize, oh, certain stuff that we're taking is not what we back tested. So now you can know that, and now you can make that adjustment and fix it quick. Like examples right there, I made some adjustments based on what I was noticing. I'm trying to find a good no, it wasn't this one. Based on what I was noticing, like this one right here. I was like, okay, I noticed a common theme with my winners and my losers. With my winners, it usually just comes down and then sets up and then goes, if you know my setup. And but my losers, most of the times if it does set up early right here, it's gonna instantly just lose. So that's a good loss to me because it's in line with everything else. But most of the bad ones are just chopping around first and then create the setup. So this one, I wouldn't take anymore. Or even though this one was a good one, I wouldn't take this one personally anymore. I will wait for a rejection off the MAs as well. So it's just certain stuff like that where you can look at your trading, see what I can improve on, back test it, and just make sure you're journaling the trades. So each time you do your reviews, you can look at your back testing and see if it's similar. So this is what I'm doing. So if I'm taking losses, right, I need to make sure these are good losses. What are good losses? Good losses are just basically losses that are similar to what your wins would look like. Because if your wins look like exactly like your what the entry for a loss would be, that's a good thing. Because over time, when you execute that same thing, it's gonna make you money, right? So I think that's all that I have. That's what I'm just doing, and just staying patient. I didn't see, like I said, I'm in drawdown. I took the 2% loss in January. I didn't trade in February because there was no opportunities for me. I was mainly on the higher time frames, like a 1 hour, but I just switched to the 5 minute. And I'm just gonna stick with the 5 minute because my strategy works with all time frames. Just to make that clear, and I'm gonna just be patient for another setup. This month so far, I only took one trade, which was a loss. But I have to be patient because, like I said, during backtesting, you don't actually see the amount of time it takes to before you execute a trade.